From the beginning, the Final Fantasy series has been on the forefront of technology and storytelling, of character development and gameplay. And with every iteration, Square brought us to a new world full of rich and intriguing characters. This past year, over 200,000 Japanese gamers have ventured online for another amazing leap in gameplay. Final Fantasy XI. And now, the first and only fully online Final Fantasy title is coming to America. Vana'diel is a world of magic and technology, a world that mixes swordplay and sorcery, and all is held together by the power of the crystals. But when the memories of past wars begin to fade, evil once again emerges.
The very basic story is about 20 years ago, these three kingdoms got into a giant war and kind of settled everything out, kind of peace across the land. Now, 20 years later, things are starting to kind of rumble back together. It has a lot of the old familiar namesakes of the FF series. It has chocobos, it has Moogles, it has airships, it has a lot of the character classes that everyone would be familiar with. The way the character progression works, it's a similar job system as was found in Final Fantasy Tactics and even farther back in Final Fantasy V, so where you can modify your character's job and your abilities as you see fit based on your experience and your gameplay. So you can kind of customize your character to however you want him to be.
You are transported to the world of Vana'diel through your PlayStation 2 and network adapter. But you will also need to equip yourself with some new technology. The 40-gigabyte internal hard disk drive for PlayStation 2.
You can play Final Fantasy XI with both broadband and narrowband. It supports both types of connections. You need a PlayStation 2 computer entertainment system. You need a copy of Final Fantasy XI, obviously enough, and a hard disk drive. Well, what the hard drive allows us to do is it allows us to create persistent worlds on the PlayStation 2. Once it's in, you can actually download content to your system so you can have an updating world. In the case of Final Fantasy, you'll have new quests, new weapons, new character classes, all sorts of things that are opening up, and the only way to do that is to have a hard disk drive in the PlayStation 2.
You are not alone on this quest. Thousands of other gamers are battling monsters and searching for power alongside of you. It's up to you to decide who your allies truly are.
Character quests vary. I mean, they vary as much from going through town to help a little boy find his father, to going out into the wild to gather certain things like rabbit skins, rabbit hides, feeding orcish fodder for their weapons to prove your bravery. There are quests where you go with a party on missions for your home countries. You can join up with up to 6 people in one party, and then 3 parties can come together to form a fellowship of sorts, so you can have up to 18 characters in one grouping. So it really is just a wide variety of quests, much more so than most Final Fantasy game before it.
Only a handful of US gamers were able to experience Final Fantasy XI, the franchise's first online endeavor. We've brought you some videos for a sneak peek at this must-have RPG.